Well, hey, it is the first day of school once again. While we've been talking about what's going to take place inside the classroom, you might be wondering what happens during other parts of the school day. 13 Action News reporter KELSEY McFarland checked in with staff at Tyrone Thompson Elementary School to see how they'll handle lunch and recess. And KELSEY, I'm guessing there's going to be some changes.
Yeah, absolutely, Kalina. Just like everything else in the school day, lunch and recess are two big challenges for the staff at Tyrone Thompson Elementary School. They say they have spent months pouring into their opening plan, and they believe they've come up with something that will keep both staff and students safe.
Recess is a great thing for kids. It needs to happen.
Robert HINCHLIFFE is the principal at Tyrone Thompson Elementary School. He says this is the first week kids have ever been on campus, and there are still areas they can't touch, like the playground.
This year is different. They'll walk outside in a socially distanced line, and they can then find a space where they feel they are far enough away from each other, and basically they get to have a conversation with themselves.
Staff will be outside monitoring activities to make sure they're COVID safe. And this year, there's one big change.
We also decided at our school to allow children to bring small toys to play with, like just a bag of nothing valuable, nothing that they would risk losing and being really upset about, and nothing to be shared. But that way it's also just something fun for them to do outside, kind of an actual break, time to play since they can't get on the playground structure itself.
At lunchtime, kids will have assigned seating with staggered lunch times and socially distant stickers on the ground, reminding students to stay 6 feet apart.
And then the seating chart is really in place for us so that if there is a situation where we have a student who tests positive, that will help us greatly in contact tracing.
In between the staggered lunch hours, the tables and chairs will be disinfected. Assistant Principal Vanessa Price says they've curated their plan based off CCSD's guidance, the CDC, and determining what works best for their staff and building.
That it is really a lot of work for schools and staff to prepare and mentally think through a million different potential things that could happen during this time, so that we're the most prepared we can be, and then also know we're going to have to be flexible.
And the librarian here at Tyrone Thompson Elementary School says it's been a huge challenge getting books in hands. They had about 13,000 books inside that hadn't been touched until this week. She's hoping hybrid learning will really help students get the materials they need. And for students that are staying in distance learning, they are going to be a curbside pickup operation for those. Reporting live, I'm KELSEY McFarland, 13 Action News.